right, this evening here we got a water heater with a bad control valve in it. Christ, it's about 7:48 p.m. here. Usually we wouldn't go out and do this, but the tenant's been waiting for it for maybe 3-4 days now, and we just got the thing in, and the landlord is saying he's got some sort of a medical condition where he kind of needs hot water. So instead of doing it tomorrow morning, we're going to try to crank it out here tonight. It should only take us about a half hour once we're on the job, but I got to go stop at one of the employees' locations and pick up a couple tools that he took from the truck here, and so it'll be a little bit yet, but we'll see if we can get the whole thing on camera and show you guys how it's done. Here we are on site. We're going to shut the gas off. Now we're going to crack this gas line right here. Do not lose the pieces, because they will be necessary here soon. Wait, that hasn't been out of there in a while. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, there we go. Here's the end pieces we don't want to lose. Now we're just going to take that apart. So get to our gas valve. Hopefully it don't clear, but we might have to remove that drip tee. There we go. Easy does it. Okay. I'm not sure if we're going to want this yet, but we're just going to loosen it up in case we do. Alright. Now we're going to need to remove the burner components off of the old valve. First we're going to unplug our electronics. There's your ignition assembly. Here's your communication wire going up to your fan. And need this guy. We're going to remove the whole burner assembly. Set this guy aside. This is a new ignition assembly that we already put in here, but if we had not put one in, we would probably put one in right now. Here's our new gas valve right here. Same idea. This probe is going to go into the water heater. We want to prep these threads. They do have some sort of a dope on them, but we're still going to put tape and dope on them. There we go. Here again, we're just going to go around the threads. Same way. If we went the other way, then it would screw up the pipe dope that we put on. There we go. And that's done. Now we're going to attempt, we'll put this guy right here so he's nearby. And we're going to attempt to unscrew this. Easiest way to do it is with a nice long 1/2-inch pipe. We're just going to screw that nice and solid into this gas port, and it should only take about a 1/4 turn before it loosens up, so if it's going to loosen up. There we go. Broke free real nice. Hopefully we can just unscrew our pipe and do it by hand now. I'm going to shut the water off too. The vacuum that the water heater provides should minimize the flow. Oh, it's still pretty tight. But We do want to try to shut valves off if we can. Otherwise the water will come out real quick. So I'm to a point where water's going to start coming out. I'm just going to release pressure on the system quick. I'll be right back. All right, so water pressure is relieved. We're just going to unscrew this guy and quick thread the other one in and hope for the best. We have our flexible bowl here too. We're going to try to keep that as close as we can. Still had a little water pressure in it. And here we go. Easy does it. Try to get that threaded in there nice. Would help if we had a nice straight shot. Oh. There we go. We're in it to win it. We're just going to go around once with a tool to tighten it. A little bit limiting for us. Maybe we can use the piping they had. Let's see. See if I can get her just a little bit more. We can use a wrench too, but it doesn't always work very good. There we go. There's that. So make sure we're not going to mar anything up. There we go. Oop. Sorry. Had a technical difficulty. I think we'll keep using the wrench for now. See if we can get in there. We only need about a quarter turn more here. Get the bucket out of the way. Perfect. We're going to come back just a tish. Okay, we're going to check, see if we see any water coming out. Looks pretty good to me. We got a little water from the initial purge. Not the end of the world. Since our gas port is coming out on this side instead of the top, we're just going to put this T in just like that. So we can reuse everything. We don't need to get crazy. For the gas, we're going to use Harvey Seal. Pretty straightforward. Dope her up nice. We want to be able to see the ridges of the threads still, but we want to get it in there. There we go. For this, we're going to actually hold on to this because we don't want to damage our gas valve. So we're putting our wrench there. These wrenches don't like 1/2-inch pipe. We'll go on this T here. Try to make one more rotation. And that should be sufficient. Perfect. Now we're going to put our gas line back in. Right, nice. I don't usually use dope on those fittings. They should seal without it. I'm going to shut it here. Put 2 wrenches on it. We don't want to go He-Man on this. We want to do nice and... That should be good right there. I'm going to turn gas on just so we can make sure we're running. And now we can do the burner assembly. just comes out. Put this guy in. Life is good. Tighten that up with a wrench. Perfect. Put our ignition assembly back in there. Uh-oh. There's that. The newer ones, they usually have an extra wiring port or something. We'll see what they gave us in here. Here's our wire converter. It's going to switch this from a 5-pin to a 4-pin. Just like so. Alright, so that's all hooked up. We're going to put this back together. He doesn't have, it's not great, but he doesn't have his heat shield on there anymore. We'll actually leave it open so we can watch the flames start. There we go. That's all she wrote. Normally there'd be a cover on this. There should be a cover on this, but we don't have a cover. So we're gonna give this guy a hot shower tonight and see if we can get us a cover tomorrow. I just left that guy's apartment. He's complaining that he didn't have much hot water before, so hopefully that new control valve will do the trick on that. It's got a basically like a thermostat probe that I kind of showed, but maybe I didn't describe in there, that sticks in the water. So I'm hoping that he gets hotter water than he did before. Once I shut the camera off, fired it up, we were having an issue with the pressure switch, and there's these little vent slots or whatever in the power vent on the top of the unit that let air in, and they were just plugged full of lint and dust and all kinds of crap. So I cleaned those out with a little wire, and it seems to be working good now. We'll see how it goes. I told him worst case scenario, if it doesn't work, then he's getting a new unit tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. I think that unit was I'm thinking maybe like 22 years old, so it's had a good life. You know, we tell people 20 years is par for the course, and we're at the point where it's time, probably. So anyways, we'll see what we do next, and have a good night.